Record.
Go ahead.
Our mission, Helping Parents Heal, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. HPH goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non-dogmatic way. HPH affiliate groups welcome everyone regardless of religious or non-religious background and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at this meeting is voluntary. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Discussions here are confidential and not designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. This meeting and our Zoom meetings are recorded and uploaded to YouTube so that parents and families throughout the world can watch and benefit. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with children who have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of Helping Parents Heal leaders and members, so we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally.
Thank you so much, Lisa. That was perfect. And Britta has a very short bio that I'm going to read. She's located in London, England. She is a talented, highly respected, and certified evidential medium, psychic, and animal communicator. Originally from California, Britta connects with clients worldwide. Britta's life path is not about changing anyone's belief system. She is merely a facilitator to connect you to your loved ones on the other side. Britta has been supporting Helping Parents Heal since 2018 and currently, as I said, resides in London. And you can reach her at www.mediumbritta.com. I will put that in the chat box. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Britta. Welcome, Britta.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. It's great to see everybody here. So as you all know, I come from London right now, and I'm excited to connect with your kids. I've been feeling a buzz all day today, so it's been nice and it's been calming. Sometimes you can be a bit nervous before these big events start, but it's lovely to just see all the love here because I can already feel it. I know many of you know the routine of putting the information, if you can take the information that I'm sharing about your child in the chat box. And when I do connect with you, if I do connect with you, it'll be important that I hear you answering back with me so I can hear your voice, and you'll be unmuted at that time. So with that being said, I just want everyone to just close your eyes. We're just going to set that intention of connecting to all the children and think of your own child. And we're going to ask them all to step forward right now. We're just going to take one breath. Excellent. And so as I blend, I immediately have a gentleman stepping forward, and he's very funny. He's fast moving. He wants to do a lot of things with his feet. I feel like you would remember your son. He didn't sit still. He's got a ball cap on, and he wants to keep moving it around with me. It's almost like he's dancing with his ball cap, and I keep seeing his feet kind of move back and forth, like he's almost like dancing in place. I feel very much that he would have crossed either in the late teens to early 20s. He makes me feel, and I feel also there's a truck around him or you. He brings me to like a larger truck that I feel you yourself might actually drive or know that he drove. He's someone who liked the outdoors, and he liked the wide open spaces. He makes me feel very much I see country around you in the sense of music. So I feel like you would be drawn to country music, and you like that lifestyle. So I'm going to stop right there and see if I have anybody that's resonating with this.
Okay, if you can take any of this, please type it in the chat.
Looks like we've got Brenda. Is there anybody else? All right, so Brenda, if you want to unmute yourself.
We do have a couple people in the chat, Britta.
Okay. Okay. All right. So go ahead and listen up. So let me see. So this this gentleman here makes me feel that the two of you, when I talk about the country music, I feel that this would go way back with the two of you in your relationship. I feel that you would have listened to country music together. I feel that there's perhaps even concerts with the two of you. And he listened to all different genres of music, but really enjoyed the country music with mom. I also feel very much that recently you might have stepped on something with your shoe. He's showing me like you would have either stepped on like a sharper rock or harder rock or something that made you stop and kind of look to see what was at the bottom of your shoe. Does this still resonate with everybody? Brenda, do you understand?
I understood a lot of it. I can't think of when I stepped on something though.
Okay. Does anybody else understand the piece about the shoe?
We have a Jessica.
Excellent. Jessica, can you unmute yourself and then I can see you, please?
Okay, I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Jessica.
Hi there.
Hi, Jessica. Oh, hi, Jessica.
Hi there.
I've connected to you before in the past. All right. So, to be fair and balanced as it works with mediums, I'm always wanting to let people know if I've connected to somebody before. I didn't recognize your son's soul here, so that's fine. So, Jessica and I have connected in the past. So, Jessica, this would be your son, correct?
Yes, I believe so, with the baseball cap and the fast feet and the rock in the shoe yesterday.
Excellent. Okay, super, perfect. And do you understand the music, the two of you listening to the country music? Like, I feel like there's this aspect of relaxed music, folklore music, and you guys would have had fun with that, correct?
Yes, we used to do that a lot.
Awesome,
He
awesome.
likes tons of different kinds of music.
Yeah, that's what he told me, but I felt like there was one, he was more all over the genres and you were more over the folklore country music. Excellent. So as I connect with him, he makes me feel very much that you have been busy, I feel, with one of his siblings. I feel like it's a younger sibling. I feel like there's been like either shuffling or moving of things around, or I don't know if it's moving bedrooms or moving locations, but I feel like there's been movement of like boxes or something. Do you understand that with one of the kids that he's showing me?
I can't really take that. I do have a daughter who's coming home in 2 days, and we will be moving some stuff around.
Okay, I'll take
to make
that since
room
it's
for
so
her.
close to
Okay.
coming up. Yeah, sometimes what happens, what they show me is the timing of it isn't exact where I see it's taken place. It could be happening in the next couple of days. So that's really great. And so know that he's very much around. He's present. He knows what's going on with you and with the family. He's got so much love. He's just so present. I also feel that there's nature around you, and he wants to bring me to it's interesting. I'm seeing two things. I'm seeing two things with S's. I'm seeing squirrels and slugs, which I know don't necessarily coincide with each other, but do you understand that? Do you understand?
Well, I see a lot of squirrels, and I was getting a lot of slugs on my hands the other day. So
Okay, awesome.
I guess.
So know that he's that's awesome. Slugs don't come in very often, so that's fantastic.
Right.
So know that
very interesting.
Yeah, so know that he's not the squirrel, he's not the slug, but he's sending the energies. And so if you're getting them on your hands or you're seeing that and you don't want that, you can just thank him. What I love, what the kids do so much is, they love to feel into your vibration when you receive the signs, and it's almost like a snowball effect, which is probably why he showed me both the squirrel and the slugs that you're getting. So, as you thank him, more just keeps coming. So that's fantastic. Okay. He's just so present. He says, "Mom, I'm always around. I'm always around. I'm around, but I'm here today to tell you that I'm always around." And he gives me that feeling that he would have been someone that was a bit outspoken, because for him to come across the room of all these children today, he definitely was able to get himself forward. You understand that? Like, you would know that your son was somebody who I felt was very resourceful and would always be the first to figure out how to lead or move in that direction, correct?
Right. He probably convinced his way up to the front tonight.
Yeah, no, it's all positive. It's
Quite a
fantastic.
charmer.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. But yeah, no, that's absolutely fantastic. So absolutely so present all around. And just as I go back to the cap and moving the caps around and stuff, there's just such fond memories. Like that's one of the things that when you think about him and you remember him, you just remember the caps that he wore. You would still have some of his caps. I feel like you might even wear one of his caps at times, and it just
Yeah, I
brings a
do.
closeness. I'm sorry.
I do wear his caps, and I just bought him a new one. His birthday was Friday, so I just
Aw.
bought him a new one, and we put all new pins on it. So
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
wonderful.
definitely do
Beautiful,
that.
beautiful. Yeah, that's excellent. So many happy birthdays to him. That's fantastic. And so where he just wants to take me is he wants you to know that this summer is going to be quite busy for you. He makes me feel like you're not thinking the summer is going to be so busy yet, but it feels like things happen to pull together at the last minute and creates a bit more chaoticness, all in a positive way than what you're anticipating. So it almost feels like you're looking out onto the summer as kind of having it a little bit more laid back and relaxed. It's going to be quite busy. I see some travel, and he's showing me it's busier than you anticipate, and it's all good, and he's going to be with you.
Okay, at
So,
least it's good.
yeah, no, it's all positive. So I'm going
Okay.
to hand his heart back to you. So thank you so much, Jessica, for working
Thank
with me.
you.
I appreciate it.
Bye, Britta.
Excellent. Bye, thanks.
Jessica.
All right. Okay, so that was fantastic. And so that was great to just see, as I mentioned before, sometimes the timing can be off, like we live in this physical moment of here and now and past, present, and future. And sometimes I'll get things where I feel like it's already happened, but for her to say that in 2 days, the daughter's going to be moving, that makes a lot of sense in that standpoint. So as I'm continuing to blend, my goodness, I have another gentleman here and he is just jumping up and he's got his arms up and he's jumping. And I feel very much teenager-ish around him. And I feel that he himself would have had moments where he rode a quad bike or liked to do that at times with the family. He's showing me himself outdoors. I see an adventurous side to him. I see him very active. I also feel very much that he has a father who was very handy. He's a father who likes to putz around. The dad is very handy, likes to fix things, work on things, and he would have enjoyed, as he grew up, watching dad do this. He would have worked on some small projects with dad, but was more so learning and watching. He also shows me that mom has a beautiful hat that I see her wearing. It's a wide brimmed hat. It feels more like a sun hat that you wear outdoors. And I feel that you would have worn this recently. He's showing me because he really likes that. I also feel that I'm seeing a larger dog around the family, very much so. So there's somebody in the family that has a much larger dog, I would say is a larger breed dog. So I'm going to stop there. Does anybody understand this?
We have Judy. Let's see. Judy says her son was a teenager, her husband's a contractor. Today's his birthday. We also have Carol, who says preparing a nursery for his sister, moving many boxes upstairs, ball cap always, danced a lot, little older, upper 20s. Oh, wait, that was for the last. I apologize.
Yeah,
It's for the
yeah.
last.
Judy also said she has a large dog, so
I apologize.
no worries.
Okay, Kimberly. Okay, Kimberly sounds like the right person. Britta, we have yes, quad and dirt bike. My husband's handy and I have a rimmed hat I was wearing yesterday or last week.
Okay, so Kimberly and Judy. Oh, sorry. What?
Everything's correct as well. She said that she has a large dog and all the other things are correct as well. So I just
So so the three moms, would you understand with the larger dog? I'm seeing two colors. I'm seeing darker colors like brown and black on the dog. Does that still resonate for all three of you?
We have Kimberly, Wendy, and Corey.
Okay, all right. So I feel you would also know something about, I'm literally being brought to the mountains. There would have been some type of family trip or vacation. Now, the name I'm hearing is the Ozarks, but that's because that's where I know I've been in the past. I don't necessarily feel like that name is tied to you, but I think the Ozarks is in like the Missouri Mississippi, I think, area. Does that make any sense for a past family trip or something in that vicinity of that southern part of the US?
Okay, no for Wendy. Okay,
Brenda's saying yes.
Corey.
I don't know.
Corey,
Yeah, Brenda said yes to all.
Okay, why don't we bring Brenda up? So Brenda, if you
She
want to
doesn't
go ahead and
know
unmute
the
yourself.
answer. I'm
Brenda's
not-
got know about the Ozarks though.
Yeah. But Corey, the dog was white. We went to the Ozarks and the Black Hills. So, let's see. Did Corey take everything else?
Where do you feel, Britta? Wendy,
why don't-
Judy, Corey, and Kimberly.
Let's,
Yeah, and
oh, I'm drawn to
Judy
Corey.
also.
I'm drawn to Corey right now. So Corey, you understand the Ozark reference, correct?
We can unmute Corey if you'd like.
Yes, let's unmute Corey. Thank you.
Okay, I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Corey.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you
Yes,
hear
I
me?
can hear you, Corey. Yes, I can hear you. Excellent. Thank you, Corey. All right, excellent. So Corey, I've got this beautiful son here. I feel very much drawn to you. I feel you would understand this outgoing nature around your son. You would have understood the adventurous side to him. He liked to be outdoors. There's something of dad with handyman skills, woodworking skills. He would have watched all of that. And there is some type of family vacation in that vicinity of the Ozarks or something of that nature. Your son also makes me feel very much that there would have been large family gatherings. Like I feel like you have a larger family, or you guys would do larger get-togethers with the family. And this was something that was throughout his life. You understand this, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Excellent. And so he's making me feel very much that there's a grandfather or grandfather-like figure that was very important to him growing up. You understand this, correct?
Kind of, yes. He is on the other side with him now.
Yep, I understood that.
Okay.
Okay, so and I'm also getting a just sound to the name tied around the grandfather figure for middle, last, or first name. And so your son just wants you to know that he's very present, very much all around. He brings me also to, I can't even remember if the shoe thing was with you or the other person, but he's showing me you pushing your socks down. It almost feels like, do you know how sometimes you get the strings that come out of the low socks, like the elastic or the string is coming out? It's like he's showing me something like that with you recently with the socks. And it's like he wants you to know, Mom, he says, like, you're doing so good, you're doing so good. He makes me feel like there's activeness, like you're active, you're physically active, you're doing something that he enjoys bopping around with you on. So there's this activity that you're doing that's more consistent, and he likes that. And he also makes me feel that there would be tall trees around your home or neighborhood. You would understand this, right? Like taller trees around the home. And I feel that you would hear either, I actually feel like it is an owl, but I don't feel like you necessarily see it. Do you understand hearing owls at times?
Yes, at night.
Awesome. Awesome. So that doesn't happen everywhere. So know that that's unique, is the way that he's showing that. And so I don't know if you've actually connected to the sound of the owl as a sign from him, but that's what he's showing me. And so the next time that you hear those owl sounds, know that your son's energy is drawing close to you, and think about it as, what's going on in my day? How am I feeling? What am I trying to make a decision on? Because when our kids come to us in these signs, it's like a big hug and a kiss to let us know that they're all around us. And so that's what he wants you to know. And it just feels like sometimes you would even hear a trio of owl sounds. So I don't know if you'd hear like 3 times in the night or 3 days in the row, but he's bringing me to the number 3 with the owl sounds. So he talks a lot about that. So I see your head shaking. So you understand that, correct?
Yes. The 3s,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And he also wants to talk about dad. And I feel like dad's like, I want to go to dad's fingertips. Like, I feel like, I don't know if dad just recently cut himself on his fingertips, or the tips get dry and cracked or something, but he's bringing me something to this with dad's fingertips. Do you understand that?
So he works outside a lot. He's a mechanic, so there's always lots of things with his hands going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take that. So it's just, again, your son showing us very much what's going on and how he's all around, and he knows what's going on with dad. And so that's really great. That's fantastic. He also wants, he makes me feel that dad's been working on a larger project personally for his own self. Like, I feel like it's been a larger project either in the like car industry or something like that, but it's not been finished yet, but it's a slow process. And he's very much with his dad and around it. And he makes me feel like there's like a paint color that I feel dad's either going to switch or change or hasn't decided on. Do you understand that?
He is actually just about to break ground on building a brand new shop building.
Awesome.
And it's been a really big thing for him. So yeah, that's going to happen the next couple weeks.
That's awesome. So when he gets to the point with the paint colors or something, it's like your son wants him to go bold with it, is where he was drawing me. Obviously, dad's got the free will to choose what he wants, but your son wants him to go bold. And I was seeing kind of similar to that chair color you have, but it felt like it had a little bit more of an orange hue to it, but it wasn't bright like fluorescent. It was more drawn down in color. So I'll just leave that there, but he's very present, likes to help make the decisions and help with those doors to be open. So that's really great. And he says, so this breaking ground is going to take a while, but he makes me feel that everything, he says, everything is fully done and opened by March of next year. And that feels like it's like moving smooth. It's not just like the doors have just opened for the grand opening. It's like dad's in the groove. Everything is going well. So March of next year is what your son is showing me. The biggest thing to know is I share everything that I see, hear, and feel with you. So you can take that and interpret that as you want. And he says, Mom, he makes me feel like you have been thinking about, but not actually registered for something that feels like a retreat to me. It feels like perhaps it's short, like it feels like it's a 1 or 2 day type of retreat. I don't necessarily know if it's tied to spirituality, but I know it's tied to within your own inner soul work with other women. And so I just feel that you're going to continue to get nudged along with that, and that you're going to decide to do that. Okay.
That would be great. Yeah.
Awesome. So anything, I'm going to hand his heart back to you. He's very present, filled with love. So thank you for working with me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Okay. So let me just unpin. There we go. Trying to get everything, used to everything with so many people. As I continue to work, I have the most lovely young lady, and she comes to me and she just has her arms out. And I feel that there would be so many birds around your home, and there would be birds that were around her growing up. I feel that there would have been almost like the family would have memories of watching birds' nests, finding them in the seasons. Sometimes you'd even see the eggs had been hatched and the shell would be on the ground. Like, she's bringing me to a lot of memories around the cycle of the birds. No particular bird, although the egg that I saw was quite small, that she's showing me. And I feel that she's a very free-spirited young woman. I feel very much that mom is here. And I also feel that that mom enjoys traveling as her daughter did, but I don't feel that the daughter traveled as much, and that mom's travel has slowed down, and she's wanting to talk to mom about getting back out there and traveling more. She's also bringing me to a reference of Australia. So I would know that there was some type of dream or talk about getting to Australia and seeing that continent. So I'm going to stop there and see if I've got anybody that can take this information.
We have a couple people. We have someone that there's no name. I don't know who this name is. Project Diversify. I'm sorry, there's not a name here. So.
Okay, so let me see if the daughter can show me.
Ashley, it looks like.
Okay, let me see. So listen up. Let me see if the daughter can show me something else recent about mom so I can narrow that down. I feel like just this past spring, there would have been a bird nest or reference to birds that mom would have an awareness to around the home or somewhere where she walks in the neighborhood. It just feels like there's that continuation of the birds around mom. Does this still apply to the women?
We have two people. We have MJ, tons of birds on our property and pet birds, and we have Vivian. They have 35 birds. She wanted to go to Australia, and the other woman, MJ, is going to Australia in 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay. So we've got such quite similarities on this. This is interesting. Your daughter keeps showing me right now, like looking down at the toes, almost like I want to be in a position of like diving or back bend or doing something like going backwards. So I feel like, you know, she showed me earlier this free movement around her, but I feel like she would have been someone who at least tried to do some type of like back bend, or I can't even do it. I don't know what's called, like a back handspring or something. It's like she's wanting to look down at the toes. And I also feel very much that for these two moms that have the birds, one of them would have just hatched in the last like 2 to 3 weeks. You would have like something you would have seen with hatchlings. Does this make sense?
I don't think it's Ashley. I think it's Project
Yeah.
Diversity.
Yeah, I do. I
Okay.
do as well.
All right. So Ashley, MJ, thank you for listening and listening up. So Ashley, can you go ahead and unmute yourself?
So, Project Diversity.
Hi, wonderful. Thank you, Ashley, for wanting to work with me. So I've got your beautiful daughter here, and she just keeps talking about all the birds. And so you understand this being such a family memory and all these years with your daughter with the birds, and you understand the reference with Australia. And so she's here, she's very present, and she just has such an immense amount of love. And she's so excited. She's so excited to have like, I want to like say like pushed through to like make the moment connecting with you. And she makes me feel like you're not necessarily on these calls all the time or something, and that this is something unique. And that's why she's like put everything in place for you today to like be here. She says, Mom, so you understand this, correct?
I was trying to connect with her, and then I was like, let me just go hop on here because I couldn't meditate because my dog was going around the circle.
Awesome. So know that she knows everything that's going on around you and in your life, and she's just so ever present. And so again, these birds are so incredibly symbolic. She's also bringing me to turtles. So I'm getting a flash of turtles right now. So you're shaking your head. You understand that?
We had turtles in our backyard. So we only had turtles, and we had a cardinal's nest last year, and we watched it hatch. And so like after she died, all these birds came around here, and I don't know where they came from, but they're so beautiful, and I thank her for them.
That's awesome. No, that's beautiful. Absolutely. And so just like I've shared before with the other moms, know that this is your daughter's energy pressing forward, the animals to come close to you, for you to take a moment, look and see what's going on. It's a moment to be reflective and feel into that peace. And she makes me feel very much for you when you connect. It's good when you're doing things, when you're a bit more on autopilot. You know, sometimes meditating in a quiet room doesn't work for everybody. So when you see the turtles and you see the birds, that's the moment to just make that connection with her and know, just like you get that snowball effect, just like you said, you knew that all these birds were coming around and it had something to do with her and they just kept coming. So that's that beautiful snowball effect. She makes me feel very much that there's a water, I want to literally say a cruise of sorts in the planning stages for you. Like, I feel like there's something coming up that she's talking to me about that feels very much like it's in Q1 potentially of next year. So I don't necessarily feel like it's unless it just happened in Q1 here. Do you understand that yet?
Yeah, I mean, I was planning on doing a trip later on, but that's like down like in winter time. I was trying to go, and I was just thinking about Australia as a place I wanted to go to. So that's why I was like, wow. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I feel like there's some type of cruise that you're going to actually be on in Q1 of next year that she shows me. So keep your heart open to that. It's just gonna pop itself in. And she makes me feel like it's either sisters or aunts around you, but there's something like that. There's like some type of camaraderie. Maybe it's like best friends that feel like sisters to you, but she makes me feel like you've got a good network that feels like an extension of family to me that she shows. and that she would have so enjoyed, I almost want to say growing up with. Do you understand this?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, and so just continue to get together with them. She loves the get-togethers. She makes me feel also that there would have been, she makes me feel that there would have been something in the past. I really feel like this already happened where you weren't able to get together with them, or something had popped up and you couldn't go. And so she wants you to like host the next one. She wants you to host, have a mimosa party or an apéro or something, and just make it fun and bring the ladies to you, is what she says. And she would just be right there in it with you, making all the little plates and doing all the little things. She liked those kind of decorative things.
I just told my friends I wanted to do mimosas this weekend. I just told them I wanted to do that with.
I love it. That's fantastic. That's spot on. That's
Wow.
really great. That's really great. Well, that shows you. And so what's neat about that is she as she was communicating and sharing through me, that she knows exactly what's going on. I mean, that you can't pick that out more specific than that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So as you go into that mimosa party and you go into that with your friends, know that your daughter's with you and that she's celebrating and loves to see your smile, and your smile is so infectious too. Like, it just feels like you really can help bring up the whole family as you share the signs and as you share the feelings and the nudges that you get from your daughter, because she makes me feel that she makes me feel like she has a brother. She has at least one brother. Is this correct? Yeah. And so I feel like he's open to the signs, but it's you, she says, it's you, Mom, who helps drive it. You help drive it. So you've got to keep talking about it. And you're the one that really brings up that vibration to just keep him open about that. So you understand?
Yes. Oh my God. This is her. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's her. It's absolutely her. She's here. She's literally right here with you every moment, every step.
Rainbows, and he didn't believe it. He said, "Oh, there's no rainbows. That's just the, but it's like literally a million rainbows in that house from her." And
So you're the driver. It's just what she said. You're the driver. So you keep sharing that information, because that just continues to help build his own spirituality in his connection with his sister.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So I'm going to hand her heart back to you, and have fun at that mimosa party. So much love to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. So let me just take another sip. So let's see where I'm going to go now. So I have another woman stepping forward. And this is somebody who liked to bake. She liked to be in the kitchen. She liked to practice recipes. I don't even think she would have necessarily followed recipes at one point. She would have like made her own. And she's someone who just liked to play around. She was a foodie in every set of the sense, but I don't feel like she was that way early on in life. Like, I feel like she really blossomed into this later in life. And it was something that the family would enjoy, her dishes, her recipes, talking about it. She also makes me feel that she would have passed, I feel like she would have been, to me, it feels like working age. Like, I feel like she would have either been in university or shortly after university, where she would have had a job, or at least she had a career path that she was focused on. I also feel that she had the most beautiful hair. Mom, you would just remember her hair. You would remember her locks. Like, I'm literally drawn to some curl with it, and just the one of those natural beauties that she had about herself. So I'm going to stop there. Does anybody understand this with the baking specifically? Not yet. All right, so let me keep going. So I feel very much that there would have been seasons around you guys. She's showing me snow. I feel there would have been some type of family adventures in the snow, but she was really someone who was at home with family, loved the cozy atmosphere, loved the cooking. I mean, I really have to go back to this cooking, and it just became a family camaraderie to talk about all the cooking. Can anybody take this yet?
Britta, we do have Chris, who says her daughter baked and cooked, not always followed a recipe, passed in early 20s, beautiful wavy long hair.
Perfect. Bring Chris up. That feels very right to me.
Okay, I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Hi, Chris. Wonderful. Thank you for coming on. So Chris, continue to work with me. That all feels very, very right. You would just know these memories with your daughter, with the cooking, and, you know, she had that independence about herself of like, I'm going to make my own recipe, or she would never follow it. It was like, I'm going to do it my way. And it always seemed to turn out really well. And if it didn't, She wasn't the first to admit it. Like, she just enjoyed fixing it again, or she would doctor it up or something. And so that cooking leaves a soft spot in the heart because of the memories of the get-togethers with the family and the food and the things that she would do. And she says, Mom, you have to know, I'm all around. She makes me feel like you don't do as much cooking, though. It feels like you've kind of taken a step back and you don't want to do as much cooking. And she understands that. But it's like, the other thing too, that's funny, she's bringing me to, I actually feel like it is coffee with you or flavored coffee with you. Do you understand flavored syrups or something with coffee? Does that make any sense?
Coffee, but not flavored.
Not flavored. Interesting. She brought me to like different flavored syrups. Would you understand having a thought of like trying to change up your machine or something with the coffee, or you just saw a coffee machine that was really innovative? It's like, that's what she's bringing me to.
I have looked at a few and I haven't decided on one yet.
Okay. And that's
Yeah.
recent. So you understand that that's not like 6 months ago, because this has to be more recent. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely with you. Your daughter is definitely around you. She knows what's going on. And sometimes this happens where I'm like mid-sentence talking about the cooking, and she just switched me to the coffee right here to just validate what's going on around you. So that's really great. And she says, Mom, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You've really pushed yourself. You've been putting one foot in front of the other. And I know you have moments where you just want to curl back up and crawl back into the cave, but it's like you're just pushing yourself, and she's so proud of you for that. She loves you so much. She's all around you. She also brings me to moon cycles for you that she tells me are very important. So you either watch the moon cycles, or you know that it impacts how you're feeling. There's something with moon cycles. You understand?
I watch them a lot, but I don't really know much about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So great that you're watching them a lot. Not many people do, so that's awesome evidence. Take a look and see how you're feeling about them, because she gives me the feeling that your body somehow is feeling different things within the moon cycle. So, you know, our loved ones, they know things, they know what's going on. They can see the intelligence a bit higher than we can, especially within our own bodies. So take a look at that, is where she was drawing me to, but great evidence from her. And she says, I'm just there, Mom. I'm just there, Mom. And she makes me feel that Sunday, and I know Sunday was Mother's Day, was just such a bittersweet day, such a bittersweet, challenging day. And she literally makes me feel like, I really feel like you would have held pictures, or you would have looked at pictures that would have been in the hand versus digital. There's something like that. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so know that she was around you, looking at the pictures, looking at the mementos. And I feel like your appetite was off on Sunday, or you didn't eat breakfast, or you skipped breakfast, or there's something like that she's showing me. And it just felt like it was a bit more of a slow moving start to the day. But know that your daughter was so present and around you, and really sending you extra love and healing on that for that day. And you would just remember her, as much as she was independent with her cooking, she really had this path in her life. Like, she really was focused. She had an independent side to her. And when I call her headstrong, it's in the most positive of ways. Like, you would just know that she was this natural born leader who was just going places. And she says, Mom, you have to know, I'm still leading, I'm still learning. And she's so fascinated with the leadership side she's showing me right now, in the sense that she literally, what she's showing me is she likes to literally watch what looks like to me would be like the life coaches or the business coaches of the world. She's popping in, listening to them on like their seminars and stuff. So do you understand that?
Yeah, and I have been recently too. So I'm not, that's interesting.
There you go.
Yeah.
So she's doing it with you. That's fantastic. It's awesome. I mean, that's it. It's spot on. And so know that she's enjoying that in the afterlife, and how she can pop in on everyone. And while she's drawn close to you, she's learning right alongside you. I love that, because sometimes I'll actually see from a spirituality standpoint, the kids will show me that they're learning alongside Mom and Dad, but this was cool as it was more life coach, business coach side. So just keep putting one foot in front of the other. You're doing a really, really great job. It's interesting. I literally just heard the word, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, kohlrabi. I think it's a vegetable. I feel like it's almost like a bok choy or something. It's not something I cook with very often. Do you understand this
My mother has a garden and it's kohlrabi. She grows them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So amazing evidence, like fantastic. Your daughter knows what's going on. She's so present and so all around. And so you got to grab these signs and you got to love on them and just feel into them, because as your vibration goes up, it just becomes a snowball. It's just a snowball effect and everybody can take this, like the kids love to just keep throwing out more and more. And so what a obscure vegetable, for her to share. So spot on to your daughter on that. She's an awesome communicator and she's just going like this with me. And it's funny because as we were talking about it before, with her being headstrong and knowing her path and knowing what to do, she went right to it. She went right to it and she knew exactly what you would be connecting with. So that's just awesome. And she says, Mom, I really want you to get a head scalp massage, like not just any massage, but you got to find somebody that's going to focus on like the head and give you some kind of like pressure points within the head. It feels like it'll be so relaxing for you, and know that she would want that too.
Yeah.
So she'll be right there.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I'm going to hand her heart back to you. So thank you
so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. So we've still got some time, so I'm going to keep going. That was just awesome to bring up the that vegetable. I won't even try to say it again. So I'm going to have to look it up and figure out how to cook that. Let's see. So I have another woman here, but I feel this is a younger girl. She's showing herself to me much younger in age. I see her sitting on a swing and she's swinging back and forth. And she shows me just like a quintessential, like homemade swing, like would have been on the tree or would have been on some kind of post that she shows me. I feel like when she was younger, she would have had braids to her sides with her hair coming down. I also feel that she was just the most carefree, happy girl as she was younger. She makes me feel she's not taking me actually to an older age right now. Not to say she didn't progress in age, but she's not showing me that right now. So she's really keeping me at this younger age. And I feel very much that there would have been really fond memories with wagon rides, like literally wagon rides. Like she shows me the quintessential red wagon, but I don't feel like she was in the red wagon, but something with wagon rides that she keeps bringing me to. And I feel that she definitely has siblings. And I feel there was something unexpected with her passing. So I'm going to stop right there. Does anybody understand this connection with the swings?
Okay, Britta, we have Amy. She says her daughter was young. Her dad had a special swing made for her after she passed. She was just looking at a photo of her in braids. Yes,
Awesome.
and she has siblings and a photo of the wagon. Yay,
Awesome.
Amy.
Yay, Amy. Fantastic evidence. Go ahead and.
I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Amy.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, Amy. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining. So your daughter's just lovely, spot on, amazing how specific she can be with that swing. It was like the first thing she kept bringing me to. So know that she's on that swing. Know that she's very present and around your family. Ooh, and I can feel the intensity right now, because that's important for everybody to understand that she would have been fighting over the swing is what she's telling me right now, because she would have just loved it. And you would just know this free caring nature about her. She would have been someone that would have just kept swinging as high as she could go to just feel that sense of flying and the freedom. She makes me feel like you guys live in a lot of outdoor space, or you can see things further out, or it's when you're driving through the neighborhood, you definitely can see things further out. And she wants you to know that she's with you on all the car rides. She says, Mama, you need to know, I'm with you on all the car rides. And it feels like it's almost like a constant in and out of getting in and out of the car or something, but she's with you all the time. She also makes me feel very much that she makes me feel like you've actually been thinking about wanting, but I don't feel like it's happened yet, changing vehicles. Like I feel like there's been some talk or something about wanting to get something different or a different setup in the vehicle, but you haven't made that choice yet. You understand this?
I thought about what vehicle to get for over a year. It took me forever. So I understand the concept of what you're saying, but I just
Perfect.
finally made a decision.
Okay, perfect. So the decision's been made and that's recent. It's not like you made it over a year ago. Then I'll
Yes.
take that from your daughter. That's that sense of timing that I'm talking about where
Mhm.
I know it's like just happening. So that's fantastic. She loves it. She loves being in these car rides with you. So know that she would have been right there wanting to pick the car out with you. And I feel that she herself would have had this strong little independence about herself and telling you exactly what she wants, when she wants it, but in the sweetest, most spitfire way. Like you would just remember that. She's bringing me to the kitchen, and I feel very much that there's moments where, oh goodness gracious, I can feel the intensity right now. Sorry. I can feel it. So I feel like you walk into the kitchen and it's almost like you can see her there. It's like you see her from across the counter. It's like her head is just above the counter or below the counter or something like that. It's like you have these moments. Do you understand this?
Just yesterday, my mom called me and my dad actually saw her sitting at their kitchen table just yesterday. It freaked him out so bad he was shaking. So yes, I understand.
Wow, that's incredible. Amazing. And I could feel that intensity of the energy of her giving that through me and through my soul to you. So that is so spot on for her. Know that that was so accurate, and what a love confirmation for you to share with your family with that. That's amazing. She says, I'm just so present. I'm everywhere. I pop in and out all the time. I'm never leaving. I'm doing everything. And so she had such a beautiful relationship with her dad. And she makes me feel that dad has had some, I don't want to call it challenges, but I feel dad's been a bit more quiet and intro reflective is the way that she's making me feel. And she wants you, just like the other child shared, she wants you to be like in the driver's seat and to continue to be in the driver's seat of talking about things, sharing things, and it will just continue to help. In this case, dad is what she's bringing me to. He's very much present and around and knows everything. It's just, it feels like you have to kind of pull it out a bit more. Do you understand that?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Awesome. She just loves her daddy. She's literally, I just want to call her like as cute as a button. Like I feel like she could just be like hanging off his side like a monkey at times. And she just wants you to know that she's following him all around. She makes me feel like he's got, entrepreneurial side to him. So if he's not already doing something entrepreneurial of his own, it's coming is what she shows me. Okay. So know that there's something there, whether it's a side gig or it's what he chooses to do, but it just feels like he's still working through the logistics. Do you understand that?
Yes, he owns his own business, but he's thinking of starting something new. So thank you for that.
Awesome. That's great confirmation from her. Fantastic. She's a great communicator. I love it. And so know that it's really going to go well, is the feeling she gives me. And she's just there. She's like, I'm there pushing those doors open. And she's so funny because she's like, I'm pushing them. You know, sometimes I'll see the symbol of the door opening, but she's just like with her little strength in her body, pushing the doors open, and knows that dad's going to walk right through them, walk right through them. She's actually giving me the month of October. She's giving me the month of October as being a very joyous month around that with dad. So there's going to be something moving in a positive direction, and very happy and excited in the month of October. She's so cute. She says, I love to see everything. I love to see everything going on with everybody. And I love to keep everybody on their toes. I love to keep them on their toes. I feel like she has a sister. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yeah, she's showing me her sister's little toes right now. And I feel like the sister likes to get her toes painted or do something with her toes. Or did she try to put markers on her toes, or is there something like that?
No, my daughter painted her toenails yellow, and her younger sister was just making fun of her, saying they looked like they were jaundiced.
Well, there you
That
go.
was just tonight.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So spot on, again, with the timing. That's amazing. You know, so she's so present. She knows exactly what's going on. I mean, that's awesome. I love how she tried to make it a joke as she was sharing it with me, and she showed me the toes getting painted. And then I'm like, are they marker? What's going on? Like trying to make it funny. So she's so around. She knows everything that's going on with everybody. And she says, Mama, I know you carry me in your heart every day. You carry me in your heart every day, but you have to know, I get to see so much through your eyes. I get to see so much through your eyes, and I get to see it through all of my siblings' eyes. So don't think for a moment that she's missing a beat. She says, don't think for a moment. She's right there experiencing it all. And she makes me feel very much that there would be some kind of family trip coming up. I don't feel like it's already happened. It almost feels more like a lake to me, because I'm seeing a nice beach that feels more calm to me onto a lake than maybe an ocean. Do you understand already having plans for something lakeside or lake?
I just rented a boat yesterday for Memorial Day for the lake.
Awesome. There's your confirmation, double confirmation. And this is so cool because, for the kids to come through like this and for your daughter to talk about it, you have to know that that you must have been feeling some unease, or did I make the right decision? How did I get it all sorted out? Am I, probably thinking, she's going to be with us. She's absolutely with you. So there's your confirmation. She's amazing. So I'm going to hand her heart back to you. Your daughter is just lovely. So thank you so much for working with me.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. So we've got time, I think, for one more quick one. Is that okay, ladies?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right. All right. So let's see where we're going. I have a gentleman stepping forward right now, and he's got a bowling ball in his hand, and he just wants to throw the bowling ball, and he's really funny about it. So I don't necessarily feel like he was a professional bowler by any means. He actually makes me feel that he's older. I feel like he definitely would have been in his career. He's showing me himself dressed nice. I'm looking down at his shoes right now, and I could see he's got nice shoes. And he was so he had like two sides to him. He had this like professional work side to him that almost feels like a bit more conservative. But when he could let loose and have fun, it's like he showed me with the bowling ball. It's like you would understand that, you would know that. And he loved his hair. He was particular about his hair. He was particular about how he looked, all in the most positive of ways, And he wants to talk to me about what feels like melon slices, like mom might have had some melon recently, like sliced or something. I'm seeing cantaloupe possibly, or some kind of melon. I'm going to stop there. Does anybody understand this yet?
Not yet.
Interesting. Okay. So
Well,
as I go back to
people are typing, so.
Okay. All right.
Heidi
Okay.
says
I'll
me
just
today. Heidi says me today. So I don't know if she also takes
The bowling ball and the.
volleyball. Heidi, do you take everything then? She's let's see, everything. Let's see. Yes, bowling ball and loved his hair. So Heidi sounds like
Oh, yeah.
All right. So Heidi, come on up. Let's see.
I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Heidi.
Hi, my camera for some reason is froze. It's freezing. So
That's okay.
But it's me.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't have to see you. So that's
thank
that's fine. Don't worry about it. So Heidi, you would understand your son having this business side to him. He liked how he was dressed. I'm seeing him in nice shoes at times. And I feel like he was also such a fun person to be around. It's almost like he had two sides, like he was the work-oriented side, but he was still a kid at heart. You would remember this, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. And I feel very much he wants to bring me to, I feel like it's dad. I feel like it's dad very much in the picture around you. Do you understand this? Or it's your dad? There's something with dad around you, correct?
Dad around me.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's your dad or his dad, but it's a dad.
My dad might be around him. My dad has passed. Is that what?
I'm not sure about this because he's literally showing me clairvoyantly right now. I feel like what I'm seeing is the dad figure, like it's like sitting, like standing up behind you, like kind of leaning over, like is the way he shows me. And I'm seeing some graying in the hair. Do you understand that for your father?
So my father, like I said, my father passed.
Yep, that's okay if I'm seeing it clairvoyantly. That's okay.
Yes,
But do you understand the hair, older hair?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. There's something he wants to bring me to with this relationship. So your father must have been your son makes me feel like he was like a father figure to your son, or more, he was like a very doted on grandfather. Would you understand that or know that about their relationship? Hello?
Hi, I'm trying to think. I've not really. I have a couple people in mind, but I don't think the relationship was as strong as what you're describing.
Okay. All right. So let me see if he'll share with me one other thing, and if anybody else is still listening up. So I feel like your family would have had a vacation or desire for a vacation that feels almost like Western, like I want to go to like Wyoming, Yosemite, Yellowstone, more Yellowstone. Like I feel like there would have been talks about seeing the rocks and the animals. Do you understand this?
Not really. You might want to check.
Okay. Can anybody else take this information?
Suzanne, do you understand Yellowstone?
Or
And
something like that?
he said he went on hikes out west.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So Suzanne, let me see if I can bring Suzanne up. Heidi, thank you for listening up and working with me, and I appreciate your
No
honesty.
problem. Thank you.
Okay, I've asked her to unmute.
Hello.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hi.
Hi, Suzanne. Wonderful. Excellent. So you understand the west, out west. So your son did the hiking is what you're talking about, but you understand that vicinity. Okay. And you understand me like looking at the shoes, and I feel like he was career oriented, like he had a side to him that was career oriented, but he was also a fun loving gentleman. You understand that, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. It's like he wants to show me like a kid at heart, like he could like, it's like he could snap his fingers and be focused on his work and what he needed to do, but then he loved to play. He loved to just like enjoy life and play and have that zest for it. He makes me feel very much, I almost feel like, do you eat? I know, I think it was, this was the soul talking about the fruit, but do you like eat some kind of fruit in like milk or something? Or is there something like more like berries or something? You're laughing. So do you understand that?
I just had a blueberry smoothie this morning, but I always have banana smoothies. So he's probably watching me with the yogurt and the milk making the smoothies.
Awesome. I love that. He's absolutely watching you doing that. That's fantastic. Great, great, great evidence. And so funny how it's so real time too. Wow. Amazing. He's just got such an outpouring of love. I just want to keep going like this with you. I mean, such a fine gentleman. I mean, such a good looking, buttoned up, gentleman. Like he was such a catch, and he knows it, and he's so funny about it. And he was a hard worker though. He says, I was a hard worker. And he said, yeah, I was the twinkle to many eyes, he says, and he's got that cute, charismatic, flirtatious side to him. And you would just remember that about him. And he says, Mom, you got to go back to the photos. You got to go back to the photos. And I actually feel like there would be some old home movies too, that he's talking about, some old home movies that feel to me like they're on like VHS or something. I don't know if you've transferred them over or not yet, but he wants you to pull them out and watch them. Do you understand any of this?
Yeah, there's a few that are on VHS.
Awesome. I feel like there's just going to be some amazing hidden gems with him. It almost feels like to me he might have been trying on like older men's clothing or something, coming out with like the jacket on. He wants to go like this or something, like he had put on somebody's jacket. So he's so funny. He's just so present and has a lot of love. He says, Mom, he says, I want you. He makes me feel like you already have some kind of routine with walking. Do you understand that for yourself?
I just got an Apple Watch, so I'm tracking my steps every day the last week.
So what's cool is what he said to me is you need to walk farther. He was saying Mom needs to walk farther.
I'm trying.
So
yeah,
he knows
he probably sees me watching that Apple Watch. How far have I gone today?
That must be it. But think about it the next time you're on the walk and walk farther. He's just so present, a lot of love, and what beautiful eyes he has. I just know you can remember his eyes. They're dreamy, just like you could just lose yourself into your son's eyes. And what an old soul. What an old soul. He's so present and so all around. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with that he's sharing with me is I feel like there would have been some kind of bracelet that you might have worn recently or tried to put on or something. I don't feel like the bracelet necessarily was tied to him specifically, but he's watching you put it on. Do you understand this?
He could be watching me try to attach that watch, but
you're right. That could be. I didn't even think about
it's
that.
very tricky, but I also have a lot of crystal, bracelets that I put on and off, and I had one on for Mother's Day and such.
Okay. I felt like it was.
Watch is a struggle.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to leave him in you with that. His heart is filled with love, and I'm going to hand his heart back to you. So thank you so much for working with me, Suzanne.
Thank you so much, Britta. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that was wonderful. And listen, I
Yes.
just want to first say everybody is talking in the chat box about how incredible it was this evening. And I want to make sure too, I'm going to be publishing the newsletter in less than 2 days, maybe a day and a half or so. And I would love to be able to have validation stories from everybody who received a reading. So my email is elizabeth@helpingparentsheal.org. And also, I'll be putting up the video of tonight as soon as this is done. So I'll just download it right away. I'll put it right up so that you will be able to watch it and maybe get some information from it. But thank you so much, Britta. This was wonderful. As I say, everyone is so excited to have been here this evening. And if you did,
Yeah, it was great. And kohlrabi, we're all gonna have to look for that in the grocery store.
yes, I think it tastes really good. It's one of my favorite things to eat. It's crunchy and a
Oh,
little bit light. But anyway, if you guys would like to also unmute and say thank you, but first maybe you want to say something, Britta, before we say goodbye. Do you have any?
Yeah, no, I just, I know the kids showed it a lot today, but you know, they feel so much love on the other side, and that's all that they really can feel. But as you guys receive these signs, if there's one thing I can leave you with today, grab hold of the signs. It becomes a snowball. It really, really does. They feel into your vibration. They get excited about it, and more just keeps coming and coming and coming. So don't second guess if you think it's a sign or not. Just take it, grab hold of it, and just watch how fast more keep coming. It may be the same ones, it may be different ones. I send you all so much love, absolute love, and thank you for coming on today to support me, and Helping Parents Heal is just an amazing organization.
oh, thank you,
Thank
Britta.
you, Britta.
Yes, thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Britta.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Britta. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
So
nice
grateful.
evening. Thank you, Britta. Thanks. Thanks.